I had the pleasure of seeing the Gary Numan in 2026. First show I saw this year, I went with my stepdad. Um, kind of lost him after actually getting to the venue. But that was fine. I still got to see Gary Numan. He went to the bathroom and he said he lost me, and that was quite humorous, honestly. Not only did I see Gary Numan, but I paid for the Soundcheck VIP prior to the show, and I got to see him perform like 4 or 5 songs. I don't think it's necessarily their rehearsal, but it's the sound check. His vocals were really quiet in the sound check versus the show. They were a lot more elevated. It was kind of awesome to just see him doing his thing, and I did see him talking to the crew and stuff like that in between songs. It's kind of like cool to see them just like wearing normal clothes. And for some godforsaken reason, I thought that's like how he was doing it during the show, but then came the show when he was all dressed up and stuff like that. And I got some cool merch. I got this, I think, drink holding thing which says very important Numanoid. It's like in this cool envelope, and it's got this QR code for the VIP store on the back of it. I get this signed postcard as well, or not a postcard, but it's a photo. Not quite sure what to do with it exactly. So it's just like kind of on my fridge for the time being. This bumper sticker for the car. I don't have a car yet, but says Gary Numan is here in my VIP car, and an air freshener. Again, I don't have a car, and it came with a 7-inch splatter vinyl that he released for the 45th anniversary of Telecon last year, which I recently lost after me and my roommate were doing some work in my room, and I cannot find it anywhere for some reason. So I felt like the only thing I could really do was to order a new one. It didn't have they. I looked online. Didn't There's not that specific edition of it, but I was able to get a signed kind of cloud vinyl. So that's going to be a good replacement when it comes here. So unfortunately, I do not have that to show here because I lost it. Oh, and he was very much noticeably quiet during his performance, and he didn't really do a lot of talking. I think he said thank you here and there a couple of times, but he wouldn't say anything like, "Hey, thanks for coming out" or stuff like that. He was very very quiet, minus him singing. And I think the reason for that did have to do with his brother's death, very recent death in November. That's a lot for someone to deal with. So I think he was in a very specific headspace, and as well as his wife Gemma. This was like the first time, probably in a long time, he wasn't able to take his family with him or his wife because she is usually there with him. Like she was getting surgery. I forgot what exactly was wrong with her, but yeah. So that's very surprising. Also, he did not end with Our Friends Electric like he usually does. He ended with My Name is Rumen, which um I think it has to do with his brother's death. I think when you switch out your ending track, I mean, I know it's like his most popular modern hit. That is one thing, but this felt very poignant and directed at where his current headspace is at. Oh, yes. And lastly, I got to actually meet his touring band after the Soundcheck VIP. Um, I hear that they always go out to get drinks, like they go to the pub before the show. So yeah, it was cool. I got to meet Steve and Tim and one of the other guys. I don't know all their names, unfortunately. So that was really cool. I got a picture with them and everything. And also, I did record a few songs. So those are going to be playing next. Enjoy.
take your breath away. But the end of the mind